What is up, YouTube fam? Robbie C here, and welcome to the final day of Vlogmas. For those celebrating, Merry Christmas if you're watching this on the day of. Hopefully you're spending time with some family and friends and loved ones, so you're catching this a little later. But we want to close out Vlogmas with a video that I think is going to be really fun and interesting in terms of sort of throwing it back. I figure on a day like today, only the real dedicated fans are going to be watching this anyway, so might as well make this one for you guys. So today we're going to be recapping 2023 from my perspective. January. Deal gets announced that I'm joining Foundation Disc Golf, the start of a brand new year, and also just a huge breath or weight off my shoulders, really, thinking about the fact that I'm not going to be playing any sanctioned events in 2023. I really felt a lot of weight from just the fact of when I played sanctioned events in 2022, and as the channel continues to grow, people love to look for a reason to hate. And I know there are a ton of positive comments out there, and in a healthy state of mind, it's very easy to let those positive comments shine through, but it's also pretty tough when you're in the middle of a sanctioned round and you're thinking to yourself, man, I really hope I make this putt because this is going to matter a lot for how I do in this tournament. And then compiling the fact that if you miss the putt, you're probably going to shoot close to 900 rated golf, and anything less than 915 rated golf, I was getting messages about how trash I was and how I wasn't qualified to teach anyone because I was just utter garbage myself. Pile on a super fun trip heading to Atlanta to get to hang out with the Overthrow guys and Dylan Cease. We've been doing this thing the past couple of years where the OT team and myself go over and spend over a week with hanging out with Dylan. Super fun. Got to teach a couple clinics this time, and honestly made it just a super fun trip overall. Heading into February, part of my deal with Foundation is that I make quarterly trips up to hang out with them, shoot a bunch of content. So that was my first trip going up and visiting Foundation while actually a part of the team publicly. This deal of bringing you behind the scenes had honestly been in the works for a couple months leading up to it, but we publicly announced it at the start of 2023, and I headed up there, had a ton of fun shooting a bunch of videos up there. While it was a little cold for my liking, we definitely came up with some really cool content and some cool moments, and it was really the start of getting to hang out with the Foundation guys and not feel like an outsider or feel like I was walking on like thin ice. There was acceptance there, and I think that as you watch the content, you'll see as time goes on, even through Foundation content that I've been in over the course of 2023, the more comfortable that we all get with each other, it just creates better content overall, and I'm grateful for them taking a chance on me, bringing me in as the first creator to really try out this relationship. Taking us to March and the inaugural Northeast Disc Golf Expo. Got to go up there and hang out with the boys, referring to a group text between me, Josh, Mikey, and Jesse at Trash Panda. Fantastic times. Heading up to Boston. Wow. Super fun. First time A, ever being in that city. B, first time ever riding in a Tesla. C, first time ever getting to share a room with just Jesse and myself. D, first time getting to play Maple Hill, even if it was covered in 3 feet of snow. Quite an epic adventure, and definitely still sits at the top of my list. 5, getting to meet, of course, Ben Kinney's, getting to meet Matt Graham, getting to meet Statmando Evan. Just so many cool relationships started for the first ever expo designed for consumers versus another expo that started this year that was just designed for disc golf companies. Really awesome opportunity. So great to get to meet so many of you there. You guys shared so many words, and it just kind of like put so much gas in the tank in terms of, wow, we're like actually doing something that matters. We're having an impact in a positive way. Man, just super cool. A trip that will live in my mind forever. We want to take a quick moment for our final video of the year to thank our final sponsor of the year, and that is someone who honestly has had more of an influence than anyone else that we've listed, and that is Foundation Disc Golf. I'm so grateful to Foundation for supporting what we are doing here on the Robbie C channel. The growth and success that we've seen here on the channel and the reach that we've been allowed to gain access to would not be possible without the investment of Hunter, Brody, and the rest of the team over at Foundation Disc Golf. One of the best ways that you can support what they're doing is through this Foundation subscription box. Subscription box is so awesome, and I love the creativity that goes into every single month thinking about how can we spice it up while while bringing 3 premium discs and a swag item for an incredibly affordable option so that you can get new plastic on a regular basis. I know one of the coolest things about disc golf is its affordability, and I often tell my wife if I got into like golf, I'd be spending 40 to 50 bucks every single time to play around. But at that cost, I can get a foundation subscription box and allow myself to get 3 brand new premium plastic discs as well as a swag item every month. I love my precious child in my bag. The Stalker has truly become a staple in my bag solely because of the foundation subscription box. So if you want your game to take that next step but you don't really know where to start, the foundation subscription box could be exactly what you're looking for. Now heading into April, I'm gonna be kind of honest. April was kind of slow, so I'll talk about another awesome thing that happened in March because March just had so many highlights and so many trips. Honestly, probably why April was a little slow because we needed to recover. But in March, we also do the Birdie Fam Takes Over Birmingham, which is Birdie Fam being my Patreon club. And we try to bring people together to gather for an in-person event where we give away prizes. We have a little tiny tournament that's super relaxed. We do random draw doubles. Just a really cool chance for people who have been talking a lot inside the community, because that's really one of the biggest draws of the Birdie Fam is the community. It's not even me. And they all get to build relationships. I mean, this is our second year doing it. We're doing it again next year. And it just creates a really great chance for people to make connections. And there are folks that are already booking Airbnbs together. It's awesome. We had Lisa coming all the way down from Pennsylvania. Next year, we've got Jimmy coming all the way from California. Like, just really great opportunities. And I'm gonna be honest, guys, I straight up cried this year. On Friday before doubles started, I looked out and we had 38 people standing there ready for doubles. I pulled up and I started talking to the crowd, and I think our number was like 38 people standing there, and realizing, oh my goodness, these people are all gathered for something that we started and what we've been doing. It overwhelmed me and I burst into tears while trying to, like, I real choked up trying to like get through it. Yeah, cheers to the Birdie Fam. You guys are the best and part of what makes all of this possible. You want to be in the video? You can sit with me. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, you'll be with us in the video. Yeah, super cuddly. May was super exciting. We ended up with Mike, my coach, Mike Strauss, coming down and doing some in-person stuff with me. He spent almost a full week down here in Birmingham, which was super great. It is just so crazy. In-person coaching always trumps. You can have the best coaches in the world, and if you aren't doing in-person stuff, then it's just hard. It's really hard to make those steps forward. So really enjoyed getting to hang out with Mike. We spent so much time talking on the phone, and so getting to spend time with him there. And then after that, after we basically broke down my form, I headed off to Foundation and filmed some more videos up there with them for my second trip. This time, Jason and I had kind of launched into a sort of rhythm who I stay with when I go up to visit. And so we were playing all these different board games. It was fantastic. It just felt like going home. So super grateful to him and Elizabeth for opening their home to me and letting me hang out with them and their kids and their family. It was a fantastic trip and already made me excited about my next time heading up there. June was a lot more chill. It kind of is a pattern throughout the year of I have a really busy travel month and then I sort of chill and stay home. People have asked, like, if I really put in the time, would I ever want to become a touring pro, anything like that. And I think for me personally, that's just way out of reach. Lindsay and I would love to start a family. As someone, neither of us are really like, oh man, we gotta spend all this time together and here we go. Like when I'm on trips, it's not like we're calling each other every moment or things like that. I just miss her. I miss being around her. And so the chance to come home and chill with her. Also, we have 2 dogs, so not making her kind of take care of all the dogs and everything. Did a bunch of in-person lessons. I love doing lessons locally at our shop. And so just had the chance to kind of be a disc golf coach and just chill for a little bit and also try to spend some time really working in what Mike and I had been working on. Now, July gets significantly busier. In July, we had a birthday party for me. My 30th birthday, I had COVID. So my 31st, we kind of did like a big shebang blowout kind of a deal. Ended up having some people over. We watched the other guys, did a little outdoor movie, played some board games. One thing that I always ask for my birthday is I just want my people around. We don't really even have to do like a major big activity or anything. Like Ariel, want to be where the people are. And so I just try to make sure my wife does a really good job of on my birthday. I just want to be around people at all times. Had a couple more little events and things happening around town, definitely some disc golf stuff. And then I have my Q3 visit actually in July. So went back up to Foundation, spent a week up there. By this point, I feel like I'm showing up and we had a pattern with Foundation. We're grooving, everything's clicking. We know what to expect. We have a shoot schedule. And I love really just feeling like I'm going to hang out with a bunch of friends, which is, I think, like we talked about minutes ago, what makes kind of better content. And we kind of laid the plans for, I had 2 more trips that I was coming back up there. One of them was going to be like a little special occasion, and the other was going to be our last visit of the year. Also in July, it was subscriber month. We hit 50,000 subscribers here on the channel, which is crazy. That live stream is here on the channel if you want to go watch from the moment that it happened. Yeah, just blown away. And then Foundation hit 100K that month, and so we did like a 100K celebration live stream while we were up there. Probably like a core disc golf memory getting to be a part of that live stream. Super, super fun. I think that my stomach is still feeling the remains of cat food Oreos, but months later, but it's fine. It was for the kids. Raised a lot of money for the Isaiah 117 house. Also want to apologize because when I recount, I just try to like frame things in really positive mindsets. So I end up with like the super word really adding on a lot. So I apologize if people are kind of sick of that at this point. August ended up being pretty chilled and relaxing because once again, we had traveled a good bit and had a very busy July. My wife and I can really jump into a statement where we're like really trying to focus, like we end up moving a lot. And August, we tried to relax as much as we could because we knew once September came, life was about to get crazy. You good, bro? You good? Do you like licking your tongue on the back of my head? I love these dogs. September was filled with so many memories and so many exciting things. I think September probably had the biggest impact. That's hard to say because the Foundation contract definitely had an impact on this year. But yeah, September had a lot of like Robbie Crawford moments. In September, we launched Bards of the Board, which is a board game podcast that Jason and I co-host together, where we go through recommending board games for different players and reviewing board games. One of my best friends from college got married, and it is hands down the nicest wedding I've ever been to. And I will pretty confidently say it is the nicest wedding I will ever go to. Congrats, Michael and Christy. Y'all did the best. Also had a trip with friends going down to Orlando to check out Halloween Horror Nights for the first time. Highlight moment as well. I finally, after years and years and years of being a fan, got to go see Owl City in concert. Got to see him live. Everything that I wanted it to be. Like, speechless. But we did have some disc golf in there, don't worry. Headed up to Foundation for the Hydro Club Championships, which is their Patreon exclusive event, and great time. Jesse flew in for it. I got to hang out with the guys again, and really at that point it was fun because I was a Foundation team member is like how it was brought around, and really, really cool because this one I had spent so much time on my week visits with them up already that there wasn't like any awkward moments or anything like that. Like it was just fun to be able to joke around and really feel like I was part of the team on a deep, deep level there. Especially I know when there's like outside people there, it can almost feel like, okay, well, we have all these visitors coming to see it. And also when you add in that I'm also a visitor, but it really just felt like, yeah, we're here, we're doing it. And of course, Addison, man, you killed it. Took on the beasts of Independence in New London, got to be with him for Independence, and yeah, dude just absolutely lit it up. Completely deserved the W and some of the coolest trophies that we saw in disc golf all year at the Hydro Club Championship. October also had some busyness to it in terms of disc golf and coming back. We had spent time at the Hydro Club Championship, ironed out a couple details on how we wanted to attack the rest of the year, and I came back with a fire in my belly ready to get going. And also I played so bad in one particular video at the Hydro Club Championships that I was like, here we go. I've got 3 months left to really get after it with my form and get after it with what I'm trying to do. And so I really started working, putting in the grind over and over again. Really started feeling a pretty incredible power increase overall in my form. At that point, I was going out and I was trying to put in form work pretty much every single day. I definitely was putting every day. That was super cool, just trying to, and really seeing my game take off, because once again, kind of one of my like underarching themes and you can tell I haven't really talked about it that much, was that I didn't play sanctioned events this year. Played a lot of casual tournaments. I played a Berg only tournament in Bloomington in January. I played a Glow event in April with one of my moderators in the Birdie fam, and we actually shot a pure 18 down. But I really wanted to make sure that I capitalized on this experience, so I spent a lot of time working. The issue is that coming in and really working on cranking in the power means that I was adding a lot of grip locks to the equation, trying to rotate in. And when I over rotated just a little bit, I was getting the pop and snap that I was looking for. But just the difference between like right throwing here and hitting the disc and rotating a little more and hitting here is a shank versus a beautiful drive. Honestly, the story of October was putting my head down and trying to become just a better player overall. So going into November, one last trip up to Foundation for quarterly content up there. Kind of wrapped up. Man, what a great year, 2023. Super cool seeing that go down at the end of the year. I feel like I have launched into a lot of rhythms in terms of how I spend my workday and things like that. And I feel like, man, there's room to grow, and there's things that we're dreaming up with Foundation on how we can continue to grow and provide value to y'all as viewers. But we've got big goals, we got big aspirations, and Foundation celebrated their 100K. They've got the plaques chilling, but we want to continue to grow. We want to continue to add value, and I think that we are in a good place and reaching the beginners. I think that we definitely want to continue in that market of like really trying to be the guy. If you're going out to teach disc golf or you're bringing a friend along to play disc golf, I want to be the guy that you're looking at in terms of like for beginners and trying to improve one stroke at a time in the middle game for sure. But from a YouTube standpoint, I want to make sure that we're putting out content that's worth watching and things like that. So just trying to evolve and game plan, and I'm thankful for people like Brody and Hunter. So there's a lot of wisdom to be gained there, so I'm grateful to be on the team with them and looking to see where we go in the future. Bringing us to December and another Vlogmas complete. This Vlogmas has been a little different than years past because we've had a lot more help and support coming alongside, and also as our third year doing Vlogmas, we've got the process a little more dialed in at this point. We've had some great videos, and one of my favorite parts of Vlogmas overall is always the chance to just create content and not worry like, oh man, this has to be a banger, or like, oh man, we haven't talked about distance in a little while, and I know the people, no matter what, always love hearing about that. So guess we're gonna do a distance video. Really getting to have fun with the content and shoot videos and just a variety of fashions and challenges is such a blast and such a cool way to end the year every single year. So I wanna say thank you so much for watching, for tuning in for 25 days straight. And I'm looking forward to 2024. If there are things that you'd like to see us do in 2024 that we haven't done in the past, or things that we did in the past that you're like, wow, where did that go? I'd love to see you bring that back. Let us know in the comments down below. Would love to see that feedback so that we can make 2024 the best year for disc golf that we've ever seen. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your year and that you can make it fantastic for someone else too. But for now, we're gonna leave you with the birdie.